In this episode of 427 Motorsports, we are going to hand paint our Golf. Our Golf?
Your Golf.
Well, it's technically, it's the 427 Golf.
It's a fleet Golf.
Yeah. I think
It sounds like an abused Mark V, doesn't it?
Fleet Golf. Yes, it is our Golf. Because two men can have a car together. This episode, I've always wanted to turn this thing into a proper van. I had some stickers before, and now we're going to hand paint it.
It's probably going to go as well as you think it might.
It's going to go great. I bet you think it's going to go great too. Anyway, right, so first of all, we need to set things up. I've got myself a can of Volkswagen Alpine White. I figured it would be cool if we kept it in the family.
Yeah.
Like an Alabama person. Yes, we got a can, tin, pot, tin. That's a tin, isn't it? A paint tin.
This definitely a tin.
Yeah. We got a paint tin of Volkswagen Alpine White. We got some paint brushes. We got some panel wipe, which we've already done. We've got some paint thinner to clean the brushes so my mummy doesn't shout at me after I've used her paint brushes. What else have we got? Yes, we have acquired a projector because I used to own a Jag, so I still acquire things. Our plan, all being well, is to use the projector to project the text that we want onto the side of the car. Then we're going to use some masking tape to kind of lay it out over the letters. And all being well, we should have a really tidy job. We
Maybe.
should.
Perhaps.
Yeah. So before, I had some stickers on the side of this that said VAD service, which means Volkswagen out of group before you start. And it was very, very funny. But then, you know, you get a bit older, you finish university, you get a real job, you think, I really can't park a vehicle that says VAD service in a job that I have to wear a suit to. So I took it off, and the remnants of it is still there. In certain lights, you can still sort of see where it used to say it, but I kind of want it to look like a van again, because I really like this car as a van, and now that it's lowered, it would just be super duper cool. I can't believe I just said super duper on the internet. But yeah.
New lows.
New lows for us. New lows, am I right? So, I guess the first thing to do is get started. So, here we have our projector, which I've never actually used before. I've had it for quite a while and never took it out of the box. We had great plans for it. We were like, oh, we'll have movie nights and stuff. That never happened. Probably because I didn't have this cable, which I didn't know existed. This is we're going to get techie here. Sorry to the actual, like, just car people here, but that's just the way of it. We have our laptop here, and we have a VGA, which is, the older viewers might remember VGA cables from, like, old
What does
desktops.
VGA stand for?
What? Do you know? He's going to Google it. Basically, the VGA cable is the cable that has the wee screws on it that fasten it in, and really there's no need for those screws. Like, it does hold itself well enough.
Video graphics array.
See, I was going to guess video graphics, but I had no clue what the A was going to stand for.
HDMI.
Is high definition media interface.
Multimedia.
Damn and blast!
You better just quit now.
Trying to do my tech corner, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Ugh. Anyway, so yes, this is a VGA to HDMI converter, which means that my modern laptop can plug into this older projector. Hopefully. Literally have no clue. So, where's the extension lead? Here it is.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, we're sitting here going to paint and stuff, and I'm the most well-dressed I've ever been in a 427 video. Like, I'm always in tracksuits and crap because I want to get dirty. I want to get freaky. Get with you.
Getting down and dirty.
Get down on it. Till it. Right, so that's on. You don't want that to be on. The line is on, isn't it? And the circle is off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tech corner. With
Sitting here
47
talking about high definition multimedia interfaces, can't tell which is on and off. Okay, so now all being well, I should turn my laptop on. This you're witnessing this live for the first time. This is not
This
being
laptop being
pre-tested.
turned on.
Yeah, dig. Like the wee cable tie thing is still on. That shows how unused this is. So
Fresh.
Let's see. I nearly said my password as I typed it in. I just wasn't thinking.
Yeah, there's no pun on it.
There's no bone on it. Catch the threads, would you?
Catch the wave.
Catch the wave, my dude. Do you want to move those thinners and things?
No.
I should just drag them along the ground and make all the noise. Oh my god. You can tell this isn't your shed.
Yeah. Yeah.
God. Right. Here we go. Will we get life on the side of our Mk2 Golf? We have noise.
Noise is good.
Do you want to turn the lights off, maybe? Turn the lights off. Carry me home. LCD multimedia projector. No input is detected on video. Carry me home. Oh. Here we are.
Look at that.
We've got some life. Now you can see it on the floor. You can see that beautiful, I think it's a 911, which one is it? It's a GT2. It's a 968 anyway, not much. Anyway, so there's a 911 on the side of my car. That's actually pretty cool.
Volkswagen.
We could paint the 911 on the side.
Yeah, if you want.
That would take so long. Right, so the idea is actually going to work. So after what took us, I think, roughly, what, about two afternoons?
Yeah, it wasn't too long at all, was it?
Wasn't too
It was-
long.
yeah.
I'd say there's maybe about 7 or 8 hours in this altogether. Well, actually, it's probably more, is it?
No, 7 or 8 sounds.
7 or 8 hours, yeah.
Probably
so after,
about right.
yeah, after about 7 or 8 hours, we have our finished result. Now, as we shown in some of the things, there's some parts that just didn't really suit to hand paint. For example, the more intricate logos and text on the bonnet here. So we didn't really bother. But all the main parts have been hand painted, and I think you'll agree looks pretty damn good. So on the side, we've got the plain old 427 lettering. The tires are actually from Grand Theft Auto. Atomic drag radials. Whenever you go into the tuner garage on Grand Theft Auto and you choose white leather tires, that's the brand that goes on them. So couldn't really resist. I think it actually depends. Those are the muscle car ones anyway, which really is all you need to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the cool ones. But it's also a Blondie reference as well, I suppose.
Yeah, Atomic.
By having Atomic. But yeah, so the tires have just been hand painted as well. We were going to do a stencil and spray it on, but that just never really came to fruition.
Yeah.
And while we had the paint there, we thought, screw it, why not? Let's just paint it on.
We'll just do it.
So those were done hand painted with no stencil, as was the service guy on the bonnet and the 38299 on the front. The side obviously was masked because no way in hell are you going to do that by hand without a stencil, really. Like.
No.
But it did take a long time to mask. As you've seen in the collage, it's a lot of masking. So over here, we opted for 2 stripes that come from the wing or fender if you're American onto the bonnet or hood if you're also, if you haven't changed from American to anything else in between the wing and the bonnet there. Now these are inspired, not the exact same as, but they're inspired by the Corvette Grand Sport, which was originally a 60s race car that didn't really do very much, I don't think, or maybe it did. There was one Corvette race car they made and didn't actually do anything because they were like, nope, we're not racing anymore. But then in 1996, they brought out the Corvette Grand Sport, which was blue with a big white stripe down the bonnet. If you played Gran Turismo 2, you might remember it. In fact, any of the Gran Turismo, I think it's been in all of them, I think. So that car had 2 red chevrons on. Are they chevrons? No, chevron's more like a Citroen logo.
Yeah, yeah.
It just felt right to say chevron for some reason.
Chevron.
Anyway, you can tell we don't script these. So it had 2 red ones going on the side, and then they continued that tradition on with the C6 and C7, I believe. They haven't done a C8 Grand Sport yet. But anyway, Ferrari 250 GTO of the 60s also had, some of them had the same stripes, and some Alfa Romeos had the same stripes as well. So it's a bit of a homage to those old retro race cars. The only issue with only having them on one side, despite being intentional, is everybody's going to think we forgot to do them on the other side.
Yeah, that's what they're going to say.
But other than that, really, there hasn't been any more actual stuff done on this yet. But I just think it looks ridiculously cool. So at the minute, we do actually have some big plans coming up in a couple of weeks' time. Booked some time off work in a few weeks, and I'm going to get stuck in to this car. The plan is, there's a lot of little issues with this car at the minute. For example, she doesn't seem to be boosting properly. The wiring loom isn't in great shape. The gearbox, I think, is too short ratio to the TDI that's in it. And just a few other things. There's some oil leaks and all sorts like that. So if you would like to follow me over here, this was the setup that in a previous video we were going to put into Veronica, the maroon one.
Yeah.
And that didn't really happen because I got the donor car and that engine then didn't really do anything. But that is a good subframe, and on that subframe is a power steering rack, which I know works because I did have it working in the car.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fit that to this blue one in hopes of making it a bit nicer to daily. So it'll have power steering, it'll be taking this gearbox.
Yeah.
This gearbox is a 020 gearbox, but it's from a Seat Inca, which has a longer 5th gear.
Okay.
Which just means it'll cruise that little bit better. The ideal thing to do really is what I'm doing on the maroon one, and would be to put in the gearbox from the Mark III, because it's just meant to be with that engine. But that's a whole big faff, and changing pedal boxes and hydraulic clutch, and yes, you can change it to cable clutch if you want, but that requires parts from a Seat that just don't exist anymore, really. So this is a nice little compromise of, if something goes wrong, I can fix it at the side of the road. So also, I'm going to be fitting the coilovers that I got for Veronica, and I'm just going to get another set for Veronica because God, this car is uncomfortable to be in.
Follow up to our previous video.
Yeah, if you watched our previous lowering video,
Forget everything we did.
yeah, just Control Z that from your memory. So yeah, if you've seen that last video, I don't know whether I did it wrong, which is entirely likely realistically because the maroon one wasn't that bad when she was lowered. But this thing, it could also be those cheap shocks. I mean, they were £12 a piece and they gotta be £12 a piece for a reason.
Yeah.
So that could be something to do with it as well. So I'm just going to fit the coilovers into this, which also should bring, I can go a lot lower with it if I want to, but it should make it a little bit more comfortable because it is a daily. So by the end of that period, in a couple of weeks time, I'll have better fifth gear, hopefully a turbo that actually boosts. I will have power steering, I can lower it a bit better, and it should be more comfortable. And hopefully some less wiring issues, which I'm kind of having at the minute. So that should be a worthwhile week, and I will try and get as much of that video as possible, but it's going to be an intensive week. So I'll just need to hope that there are people around who can video me as well. But I'll do what I can.
Yeah, no, that's good.
So really, that's kind of it for this one. I know it's a short video. It's the shortest video we've uploaded in a while, but there's not really a lot to show in it. But I think you'll agree that what is in it is pretty damn cool. So thank you very much for watching this short little video. We'll get another video up next week where hopefully we'll have done a bit more than what we did. Although this was very time consuming. It's not a lot. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. We really appreciate every single one of you guys that subscribes and gives us more views. And even if you comment, over the moon. So yeah, we really appreciate all of your following and everybody who comes up to us and mentions that they watch our videos. That means the world to us, really. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to our channel and check out our TikTok as well, because we're still pretty big on that. We're nearly at 1,600 followers.
That's mental.
If every bloody person that fucking followed us on TikTok would subscribe to our channel, God knows what could happen. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Tomo Patterson and follow Connor on
Connor on blah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hughes Corporation.
I guess we're not cutting this out, are we then?
No, keep it in. Follow me on blah,
Connor on Instagram at Hughes Corporation. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Good luck.